My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Star Wars Black Series figure number 6, Captain Phasma. Now here we have Captain Phasma in the packaging. Really excited I found Captain Phasma. On the side she is the 6th figure. We have a nice image of Captain Phasma here. Beautifully showcasing the figure here. It's the standard Black Series box with a black box and the red background. On the side it says Captain Phasma, and then it says Phasma going along the edge right there. On the back, no real read-up of Captain Phasma, just a brief little description, like nothing too major. Clad in distinctive metallic armor, Captain Phasma commands the First Order's Legion of Troopers. So just based on what we've seen so far, I think Captain Phasma is like the leader of the stormtroopers, I'm guessing. We'll have to wait and see till December. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get Captain Phasma out of the packaging, and we'll go on to the rest of her review. So sit tight, everyone. And here we have Captain Phasma posing out of the packaging. Now before we get on to the figure herself, let's get a good 360. For those of you who don't know, yes, Captain Phasma is a female character. And to my knowledge, she is actually the first female stormtrooper that is going to be in the actual movie. So that's pretty interesting to note. That leg play has been giving me problems all day. But anyway, here we have Captain Phasma posing out of the packaging, and I'm going to say really gorgeous looking figure. I love the... I'm not sure if it's the paint or the plastic that they used on her, but it is really shiny. It's not as shiny as, you know, it is in the movie, because in the movie she's fully decked in this chrome armor. So, you know, this actually looks really nice for being, you know, what it is. Would I have liked to see a fully decked out chromed Captain Phasma? Yes, but this is still a really nice looking figure. She is quite tall, and if you don't believe me, here she is posed next to a standard stormtrooper, and she's a full head size taller than the standard stormtrooper, so she is tall. I mean, Gwendolyn Christie is 6'3", and Captain Phasma is a really tall character. I mean, let's even bring out Kylo Ren, and you can see she's even taller than Kylo Ren. Moving them off, she does come with one accessory, that being her little gold chrome blaster. It does look like the standard Stormtrooper blaster, but painted in this like coppery gold plastic. There's no silver on it, it's just this one base color with black trimming, and as with the Snowtrooper officer, she also does have the extended rifle butt. Just really nice looking gun, and I really like it, and I'm guessing that it's also supposed to be kind of chromed out and like have this really metallic finish to it, but unfortunately, for certain reasons, I know why they can't do that, because it'll scratch the figure really easy. Okay, let's actually get her standing up so we can go on to her detail. She does have a really unique helmet that it does look like one of the First Order Stormtroopers, but at the same time, it's completely different. And once again, let's bring out a Stormtrooper just so you can see. The key difference is in the mask, where Stormtroopers have this rounded edge. Hers comes off at like angles. And then she also does have these ridges in the top of her helmet. So just really nice paint, really nice details overall. And then her cape, which is one of the glaring issues on this figure, and I'll get more into that. There's some details in the cape. You can see, I'm not sure if these are pockets or patches. And then you can see some straps on it right here, and then up here. Like I said, I'm not sure if they're patches or pockets, but you can obviously tell that there's some wear and tear on this cape. She also does have this, I'm guessing, it looks red under in person, but it's kind of like this red-orange stripe going down, and It could have been applied better, but I'm okay with it. But she does have standard Stormtrooper armor, which is surprising, and well, you can't even see that, but she is wearing standard Stormtrooper armor. It's the exact same as the other troopers, minus the cod piece, which is different. And then let me actually bring out the Stormtrooper so we can go on to some differences. The cod piece is different. She does have weapon storage just like the Stormtrooper, so if you don't want to have her displayed with her gun, you can peg the gun right onto her side. Be aware that it does butt up against all these pouches and will start warping in one direction. And then the feet are also completely different. You can see she kind of has like boots going on along with the shin guards where the Stormtroopers don't. And then she also has double-plated feet where Stormtroopers don't. So really curious on Captain Phasma. I want to know more about her. And let's actually get her standing up so we can go on to her articulation. One glaring issue with her articulation is that the left side of her body is completely useless. You can get her arm going out to about there, up to about there, back about there, and that's about it. She does have a ball jointed head, so she can look up and down, turn left and right, can bobble on that head joint, but she also does have a hinge, so you can get her to look down further or up higher depending on what you need. Like I said, her left shoulder is completely useless and her right shoulder goes back and forth, once again hindered by the cape. Arms go out to about that far. She bends at the elbow and spins. Interesting, she doesn't... Oh, it's just a tight joint. I thought she didn't spin outward, but yeah, she spins outward and inward. Single hinge at the elbow. Wrist spins and bends. And it's basically the same articulation on both hands, but like I said, or on both arms, but the way the cape is designed, it's this really stiff plastic. You're not going to get too much movement out of her left arm. She does have a ball-jointed torso, which can move all the way around, just like a Stormtrooper, and you can see there's some scratching right there. So be careful with that. But she does have a... And then that does respond to the twist. And it's kind of ratchet. I think Rey also had that. But legs go forward and back, out to about that far. Be aware that this side seems to butt up against all the pouches, so when I got mine, this leg plate was like really warped, and still kind of warped. I still need to heat treat that a little bit, but she does, like I said, back and forth and out. She spins at the thigh, double jointed in the knees, which is really stiff. She also has a hinged ankle and pivots at the ankle. Her ankles are a little loose on mine, so I'm going to try to fix that somehow, because she is a little top heavy with the cape. If not, make a fabric cape for her. But anyway, that's Captain Phasma for you guys. What I'm going to do now is get her posed for my final thoughts, and we'll wrap up her review, so sit tight everyone. So here we have Captain Phasma posed for my final thoughts. Overall, just a really, really well done figure, and you're going to really need this figure in your display. Especially if you have a Force Awakens display like I'm going to end up having. I've pretty much got every figure in the line at this point. But I actually found Captain Phasma at Kmart. Kmart seems to have gotten these out faster than any other retail that I know of. But she does have this issue with the cape. It's this really dense plastic. Doesn't allow for much play with the left arm. However, she is still a really, really nice figure. Especially with her paint, how she's this really metallic Stormtrooper, and that's the way she's supposed to be. But if you can find Captain Phasma, I really recommend you pick her up. Is she worth online prices? No. Just be patient, and in time you will find a Captain Phasma figure like I was. Like I said, at the time I'm making this review, I picked her up for about $19.99. That's what you're going to pay for most Star Wars figures right now. Do your best to avoid secondhand market, because they're just overcharging for Captain Phasma. If you can find her, pick her up. You won't be disappointed. not much more to say, so I'm going to wrap up my review here. Don't forget to check out all my other reviews, subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment, tell me what you think of Captain Phasma, and I'm King of Dragons 5000 saying, I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.